When you Google Richmond Hill, Georgia, some of the first images you're going to find are from the flooding in August of 2024. In the last year, we have answered more questions about local flooding than ever before in our entire careers. And we get it. It can feel unnerving seeing those pictures when you're thinking about your next home. And that's why we're here to share the real story of what actually happened.
My name is Erin Madden, and this is Nikki Midget. We own the Wellspring Group, a real estate team serving the greater Savannah area. And if you're considering a move to coastal Georgia, we should talk. Reach out to us directly right now to get local insights on real estate and living on the Georgia coast.
As longtime Richmond Hill residents, we've seen our fair share of tropical systems pass over the area. But like most locals would tell you, we've seen nothing like the flooding that impacted our hometown in 2024.
It was Tropical Storm Debby that brought this slow-moving weather system to our area, dumping nearly 10 inches of rain in Richmond Hill alone. But it wasn't just the rain that led to these unprecedented floods. There was significant rainfall north and west of Richmond Hill as well, which ultimately led to the failure of multiple dams upstream. It was several days after the initial weather event when both the Ogeechee and Canoochee rivers, which meet at I-95, set record-breaking crests, forcing waters into the roadways and into more than 270 homes.
In essence, the flooding that impacted Richmond Hill was a catastrophic act of nature with three primary contributing factors: failed dams upstream, record crest of both the Ogeechee and Canoochee rivers, and heavily saturated land from all of the rain that we'd already had. And by the grace of God, the flooding was limited to just a few neighborhoods within our community. And while we did see some standing water pretty much throughout a lot of Richmond Hill, the vast majority of homes remained completely unaffected.
What happened after the flooding was one of the most inspiring acts of love we have ever witnessed. The community response was nothing short of incredible. Hundreds of volunteers came together. It gives me the chills right now. Lines of cars dropping off supplies, people navigating the streets by kayak. It was so inspiring to see the way neighbors supported each other. Our team was there, boots on the ground throughout that storm. We were there shoveling and delivering sandbags at First Baptist Church, sorting donations at the community house for those that were displaced by the floods.
My two boys went out on their boat to check on neighbors, while others on our team were busy serving at local churches and community centers and helping families find relief from organizations like the Samaritan's Purse and American Red Cross. And those moments really showed us the true heart of the community. We knew we lived in an amazing community, but getting to experience it firsthand was just life-changing.
Even after Debby, Richmond Hill remains one of the most desirable places to live on the Georgia coast. Over the past year, we've helped many families buy with confidence and put down roots here. One family relocating from out of state told us their biggest concern after seeing these dramatic photos online was whether the area was still safe from weather situations like Tropical Storm Debby. Thankfully, our team of expert buyer agents were able to ease their worries and match them with a home that fit their family perfectly.
Another important part of our job is to guide buyers on understanding what areas contain the most risk, how flood zones and flood insurance work, and what questions to ask before making a decision on your final home. And we want to ensure that every buyer who trusts us with their move feels informed and secure.
Here are a few tips for navigating coastal real estate confidently. Check the flood zone map before ever writing an offer. Review the seller's disclosure for flood history and inquire for further information if needed. Determine if the current owners have flood insurance and if it is transferable, and partner with a local team like us that knows the area street by street.
The flood insurance coverage is a particularly hot topic amongst home buyers. Not all homes will have lender required flood insurance. However, we advise all of our clients to carry a policy because it's a low cost for a high peace of mind. Our extensive experience means that we know the real risks and the real opportunities better than anyone else. And with our guidance, buyers know exactly which questions to ask and how to evaluate risks so they can focus focus on finding their perfect home without having to worry about all of the what ifs.
Richmond Hill is not defined by a storm. It's defined by the top-rated schools, the strong sense of community, the proximity to the coastal waterways, and the lifestyle families are seeking when they settle here.
Of course, you need to know the real story of what happened here after Tropical Storm Debby, and we're happy to fill in the gaps that a Google search just can't. But it's just as important for you to understand who Richmond Hill is at their core. This is a tight-knit, small town with a rich history and a promising future. The way neighbors show up for each other, the continued growth, and this easy access to Savannah all make it a truly special place to call home.
If you've seen the headlines about the flooding and felt hesitant, don't let that stop you. Reach out to the Wellspring Group. We are your local experts, and we can guide you through Richmond Hill, Savannah, and all of coastal Georgia with confidence. We're proud to call this area home, and we'd love to help you find your home here too.
You'll find all of our contact information in our website in the description below. Be sure to hit subscribe so you never miss a video from the Wellspring Group, and find us on Instagram and Facebook, where we share even more content about life in coastal Georgia. We'll see you soon.